school is quiet. The teachers and students have disappeared. Empty spaces, empty desks, and empty hallways. But the learning has not stopped. Instead, a number of youth and elders have gathered near Buffalo Narrows for a unique learning opportunity.
This is the first annual Aboriginal Youth Camp. Well, what I hope to accomplish is to try to get some of our Aboriginal students to take a career path so that we have the opportunities and more Aboriginal people working for our department. Right now we only have a handful of people that work for our department that are Aboriginal, and my goal is to see some of our youth start taking that role. Our department advertises a lot of positions as employment equity, and it's very hard to fill those positions because we don't have the qualified people. So having a camp like this where we can actually sell a program out, like it's not just a conservation officer, it's fisheries, it's lands, it's parks, it's in environment, and it's sportsmen, and it's fires. We go through the whole stuff, and it gives their kids an opportunity now to decide their career pathing within our department.
Si ça ne sont gens non ai ni que la croise na de ha c'est croiseau ben na na ya tri ha ro ku di ne sont gens be ba et edo li bala da fa au na de ha. It's good to have a camp here. The youth, they never expect to have this kind of camp before. Now they start to come in here, everybody talks about things, and they never been hear anything that kind, they never heard anything.
I never expect this thing. When one evening I was home, I heard the phone ring, so I picked it up. It was Brian. Brian told me to come here to help the youth, so I was very glad to come here to talk with the youth, because the youth need this.
Then after that, I don't know get on that to honey then it are on this then I call it ha. Could the honey I don't be hot deal. Ya niso. Want to the 9 days. Then hits it did honey ni ha. We can't eat it there, but honey don't do you can't to say I hate it. Then a honey go to yield ya nista 90. I think so son don't eat he'll true they don't eat the corner honey fun and son bitchin ya. Or you honey ni ha benestan. Who a ye lu do then and go as a sans assis ni le dan do a night kin chat only. Horil uncle ha called ye. Detlino sazu antu on a trailer uncle ha called ye. Detlino sazu antu on a trailer. Detlin ahurus canoa varilu sazu si ahon el cande antu hokadia than a connection wali. We never use the compass to go and walk in the bush, any direction. We follow the wind. If the wind is changed, we know by the tree. If we look at the tree, we turn around and look at it. If direction is not, the wind change, we know right away. And that's our compass, the north and the south. Nobody had talked with them, their parents, about education in school. Now they heard the people that are talking with them in here. The education is an important thing for them. They said they're going to try to the last to be in school. They're going to have a good job.
There's a lot of graduation kids at my community, but they don't seem to care to look for jobs or go to high school or to the university. And at the meetings we have, to make them understand how important education is. And the first time when we had the high school, it's only been about 4 or 5 years now. Since then, I think we have about 13 or 14 graduation students, which is going up every year. So I'm very glad about that. And education is very important for our young people because they're going to use it. And it's Chagosha. Kulu, Sekonte Kwana, Dede Kadora, Yade, grade 12 down Gande, Bahori Nicolant is it. I see we get I need one hunt other or choice in Balansan and or Ninole, the salute in us. Nun in the past, she said, see the hele, no need, no fire skiant is it. A halt solely halt see hala, halt see hele see, the halt see hele see. Get us see who they neant is. I see cannot other day. Club cannot other day. Or so equivalent to say, then it's aunt Elis are seeing it.
Success comes in many forms for the youth attending this unique camp. Over the course of a few days, they will be exposed to many opportunities that can shape their future. Not only are traditional survival skills presented, but the youth learn firsthand of many exciting possibilities for work in conservation and firefighting.
Just coming out here, camping and learning different stuff, learning about our cultural and learning about the forestry and all that stuff. When I'm done school, I'll be going into to become a conservation officer, mostly on wildlife and fishery, and a little bit on forestry.
Saw a bunch of different stuff. Stuff on environment and how they use the canines to track down the drugs and everything.
Some of them were about nets, fishing, about trees. Took the age out of some trees. Twice we did that.
There you go.
What I another day, but rule teolica. Echa, ni winnie seta. Don't know what I did. I don't eat to night to Tabakarat, Edan Latino, Edan low. Or you let Dan eat to seta. No, none can no tilde. There is no day that he harrowed out and that was so got a bio.
strength of this program is the coming together of elders and youth who join in learning traditional values while exploring possibilities for their future.
Now they're gonna be keep on that the other generation from those that never stayed before, they hear the stories from this kids that come to the camp. They're spreading news to them, and they were willing to go to this kind of camp too. And then they keep on that way. I hope this camp won't be the last. Maybe you'll stay for a little while.
What I was gonna learn here, more about our nature and our culture around. I learned about fisheries. I learned about forestry and what conservation officers do when they're on duty.
What do you want?
Just patrolling out in the area, sir, and just saw your vehicle parked down the road there. I thought I'd come see what's up there.
So an old fart like you still working, eh? Thought you'd be retired.
Still hanging in there, believe it or not. You know, they haven't given me a desk job yet, so yeah. So you have any luck today?
No, there's not a damn thing out here. Look at the destruction loggers and everything made, scaring everything off.
And how long you been out for, all day or what?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, you seem like a busy guy. You want to get out and get something for supper yet, so I'll just have a quick peek at your license there, sir.
No, hang on. Whoa. What is your problem? I'm just out here enjoying myself. Go catch a real crook.
I've learned how to put out a fire, how they use put that foam in the water and whatever. Watch them dump. How big the planes really are.
We had fires. We talk about the kind of positions that are available within the fire stream and why fire is good sometimes for the ecosystem, those kind of programs.
I learned that conservation officers have a lot of duties, not just only one. They work with other people that are working here, like for fishing and all that, and forest and all that.
And then we're also doing the enforcement part of it, where conservation will come in and teach the kids what enforcement is all about, why we need enforcement. And then we'll do some environmental issues, some of the environment stuff that we work with. We'll also deal with parks, lands, and also land use planning stuff. And forestry, I guess, is one of the big economic development boosts in the west side communities here. So we got to make sure our kids understand what forestry is all about. The youth, I just want to say that if you have an opportunity to go and learn and somebody's providing with stuff, please pay attention to what you're being taught, understand the concept of why we're teaching you this stuff, and also ask a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to learn something that you're going to take over eventually. I like to learn from my elders and also from our department. You know, the more seniority guys teach us so that we can take over when they leave, and also learning from our elders and combine those two together. I think it'll make a good asset for our communities and all of our young people, and for myself too.
A big change has happened in my 25 years being with the department. That now, if you're a biologist working in a department, you're just not going to be working with wildlife. And if you're a forester with a department, you're just not going to be working with trees. Or a fish biologist, you're not going to work with fish. We all now work together. So a very slow process, but it's very, very important, because we recognize that we've got to work together to better manage the forest. If we better manage that forest, we're going to have better wildlife populations. The young, okay? So the first part of that population is going to die is the young. So you got your bucks and your does left. And I'm going to have a little bit of difficulty time doing this one because it's so frozen, but we'll try and get it done.
That's nasty.
There is some fat left in this marrow. Knowing the time when this animal was killed in April 2nd, there's enough fat left on it, I'm sure it would have got made through the winter.
Religion a asia bezedi. Yan la ho ha a bezedi khari asitane yani telu yakayatri. Tot a secondes kan kwen. Na te wali ha. Etini ba hoti et tores a. Oget a se cuidava lilu anche verala hala. Anche verala quando a sigadores yare quando asitane siganati. Conto assi e a obedirando. Ai beneniet a bezana nit a inchulo si. E adana hala. Oget a godin deve asio a yetseni hatul ilu. E dinini telu asika kanare deha. E raconte rasika abekase dea. Ni vodo son pepa ave on a dead and a colaze. E de tores awa liberastan.
I think it'll be a good experience for me because I'll be going into some resource management when I'm done school. The activities, there was boating, skiing. They had some presentations on conservation officer, tanker base, wildlife and forestry.
I know there's one of them from my community who is interested of taking this as a CO, and he talked with me already. And I told that to Brian, and Brian was very happy about it. And I gave him his name, so he said he's going to talk with him once in a while, how to go about it, which will be very nice.
Hey, call your dog off. Call him off. Call him off.
This camp here, if it doesn't stop now, if it continues years after year, for sure I think there'll be a lot of youth interested in this program, what we're taking today. Because our old CEOs are getting to be retired pretty soon. Up to me, I think that we have to make a move and have our young generation take their place in order to run our communities, our land, our resources, everything.
Yes, I think it's very important that we, as older people, start involving our youth in issues that pertain to them, because we're not going to be here forever, and they got to start taking over as leaders in our communities. They got to start running our resources. They got to start running our community affairs, and they'll have to look after elders and younger people. So if we don't focus on our youth now, I think in the long run we're going to lose. So the more attention we give to our youth, the more benefits we give to our youth, the better off our communities are going to be, the healthier communities we're going to have, and a better educated community we're going to have if we continue working with our youth.
The organizers, that they did a good job for the first time for setting it up. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, they did a good job at setting it up. A real good job.
If we have more Aboriginal people working, now we have the opportunity to say, okay, let's co-manage our resources together. We can really seriously talk about co-management now, where we have people within our communities that understand the whole system of resource management now. So we can sit together at a table and we can discuss how we're going to manage all our resources within forestry, fisheries, wildlife, the whole works. I'd like to say thank you very much to our department for providing the funding for the camp. I think it's something that needed to happen a long time ago. If we would have did this a long time ago, we wouldn't have been in this dilemma now where we're trying to find students to take over some of the roles. But it's something that is happening now, and I'm very glad our department has stepped in and said, okay, let's start doing something for our youth.
Bring some bug spray. I don't know. It's about it. It's fun. Give it a shot. Might like it.
Today I'm still learning getting in my old age. It's never too late to learn something.